Yeah, if I can get to bed a little after 11, that would be right where it's at.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and I'm being joined by the dude in the pretty sweet brewer's hat, and that's Flex.
Thanks for noticing. Big Brewers fan over here.
Are you now?
Yeah, and I get a new hat every year.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I am not a big Brewers fan, but I do think that's a pretty sweet hat.
Hey, I appreciate it. Maybe they have a Dodgers one. I'm sure.
Maybe
Check
so.
out Kohl's online. Maybe they got a Dodgers hat.
Kohl's, fun fact, one of the few places I can find shoes this fucking big.
Well, it's because Kohl's cares.
That's true.
I believe that is one of their slogans. Or
I think once upon a time, yeah. Kohl's
cares.
Rhyme, or not rhymes, but good alliteration with Kohl's Cash as well. So.
Yeah, and also
Cash,
it makes people think that they actually care.
Even though we all know the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big corporation, they don't care.
No
but
fucks.
They're located in Wisconsin, like the headquarters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're all drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, had no idea.
Pretty sure they all go out for happy hours and everything. It's,
I think it's the company handbook. Must go out for happy hour.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's just like a big fuck fest, too. I don't know. Never been there. It's just what I hear.
Wow. I feel like I'm working for the wrong company now. Where's Kohl's been all my life? Hold on. Scott used to work at Kohl's.
I was going to say, wait. My sister-in-law used to work there. No.
Now I know why he worked. Never mind.
She would always say they would go out for like happy hours and stuff. So, but it's team building.
Sure. Yeah. Team building an orgy.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's on the company's dime. So that's pretty sick too.
I'm in for that. Where was I? Oh, socials.
Oh yeah. You're just welcoming people in.
Yeah. Welcome to the orgy. At Craft Republic, at FlexBeer, underscores in between, all that good stuff. Lots to get to today. I have a beer that was handed to me by a friend. Can't wait to tell you about it.
Very tight.
Yeah, did some pizza making over the weekend.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I made no pizzas.
Well, I made, spoiler alert, 42 pizzas.
That's way too many pizzas.
A lot of pizzas. We'll get to that in a second, and some booze news. If you don't mind, I'm going to lubricate my liver and tell you about this beer.
As a matter of fact, I don't mind.
Oh, fantastic. I appreciate the approval. So the other day, Not Murderer John hit me up and said, hey, I'm going to be driving through your area. Can I meet you somewhere to give you some beers?
And how good did it feel trusting him, know that he's not going to murder you?
Right. I was like, yes, beers. I would be murdered for beers.
You want to meet in a super dark place? Because I trust you.
There's an alley I know of that no one can see from the road. You want to meet there for beer swaps? And B, the streak lives on. I'm still here.
This is a great friend.
Yeah. So he continues the Not Murderer title and continues to bring me delicious beers. And
Can we call him Still Not Murdering John?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's getting a little wordy. But yeah, I think that's fairly accurate. I'm trying to think of something funny. I got nothing.
All right.
So he brought me, and to be fair, I did exchange some beverages. I was like, I got some beers from our various travels recently. I gave him a couple Austin beers, a couple San Francisco beers. I hope he enjoyed those. But he gave me Root and Branch, which I believe is out of New York. It's called, and I didn't even catch the name of this until literally as I was pouring it before the show started. I laughed out loud and told Flex I would surprise him on the show with the name. That is...
I'm ready for it.
Bone in Throat. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, man.
Not Murderer John, that kiki son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think he's sending you signals now.
As long as he doesn't murder me. This is a double hazy IPA.
Bones and throats all day. Just don't murder me, John.
Bones and throats, yes. Knives and stomachs, no.
Yeah.
There you go. 8%, 40 IBUs, has has a 4.41 out of over 3,700 ratings.
Holy smokies.
Yeah. They say multi-oat wheat, double APA, brewed and dry hopped with a blend of American hops. I wish they'd tell me the hops. Here we go. On the schnoz.
Oh, they don't. That's
It's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Wonder if I could dig it up somewhere. It's a real muted smell. It gets a little dankness, and that's really what's coming through the most is the dankness from this. Let's warm things up.
I feel like you made so many people angry.
It is warm and cozy. Having trouble putting my finger on the fruit. There's definitely a little bit of citrus in there, not a ton. There's definitely that danky. It finishes real kind of almost weed-like on the tongue, kind of sticky, icky.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a thick boy, as you can see.
Very thick.
Yeah, a very thick bone in the throat. I'm trying to look up their hops to see if I can get some idea of what these fruitiness flavors should be. Somebody's saying mango and peach notes. I'm not getting that. Somebody else is saying grapefruit and lemon. I'll get on board with grapefruit. This is definitely some grapefruity type citrusy notes, but overall the danky tongue coating is what leaves you at the end.
Yeah, see, with hazies, that's like my least favorite thing.
It is a little thick. I'll give you that. Now, one thing I tend to not like about East Coast beers is they're just, I don't know, they're too malty a lot of times, even hazies.
They do get very malty. I will attest that.
I will say this is not overly malted, and I do appreciate that. But it is dank. It is thick. I think grapefruit. Hold on, get back in here. Grapefruit is definitely the right fruit that I'm picking up here. That makes sense now.
Grapefruit's in the throat.
Yeah. Along with the bone. So, so nice. I like it. It does, you know how we go, it doesn't drink like it's 8%. Very dangerous. This drinks like it's 8%. Like you get that warmth.
Right.
Like there is no sneaky alcohol in this one.
Yeah, I feel like that rarely happens nowadays when you actually do catch it.
Yeah.
But it's funny you brought the thing up about the maltiness from New York breweries. I feel like I've noticed that as well.
Yeah, and I also get this smell, and this isn't just New York. This feels like an East Coast thing to me. Whenever I stick my schnoz in there, there's a smell in there that I don't get from West Coast beers. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's yeasty or water or what. But there's just, and I don't know how to describe it, so I shouldn't even say anything.
It's just like a distinctness.
Yeah, it's just a distinct smell that I smell in like almost every East Coast IPA. And when I say East Coast IPA, I don't mean like hazy, just any IPA that comes from the East Coast versus anything that comes from the West Coast.
Maybe it is the water. California's got good water, right? Certain parts? No?
I mean, like if you're in Mammoth, like snowy areas, drinking Mammoth tap water is better than anything you can buy from the store.
Oh, I could have sworn like the best tap water in the U.S. came from a city in California.
Well, I can tell you the worst tap water is in San Diego, and that's why West Coast IPAs were born, because they needed all those hops to cover up the shitty water.
Is that accurate?
That's a real thing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so West Coast IPAs, thanks to San Diego's shit water.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Quit crapping in the water.
Oops. Anyway, but thanks to Not Murderer John for A, not murdering, but B, getting me a good bone in the throat.
Yeah, well, what a stud.
Yeah, what a good man. So
he always comes through.
Yeah, it was good seeing him. We didn't have time to really like catch up and have a beer. We just talked for a minute, and he had to be on his way, and yeah, good times.
Keeping tabs on you.
Yeah, just want to know where I am in case he decides to become Murderer John. Makes sense.
Well, you never know when you're going to make the turn, you know?
We'll get there eventually.
You know, maybe he's going to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I kind of like the ring of Murderer John.
Yeah. He's like, hey, that last episode, not so great.
Yeah.
Time to switch things up. Murderer John.
I don't like what he said about the maltiness of that beer.
What funk on the nose? I don't smell anything. Stab, stab, stab.
He could put it on his headstone.
Here lies a malt hater. Stabbed by Murderer John. I alluded to this.
East Coast for life.
Yeah. I alluded to this before the show, or as we were starting the show. Made 42 pizzas over the weekend.
You said that on the show. It's a lot of pizzas.
Yeah. Nicole Coley, her mom just turned 75. Happy birthday, Coley's mom.
It's a big year. Happy birthday.
So Nick got a pizza oven, and they decided they would do like a pizza party, and everybody got to whoever came got to make their like design their own pizza, like a la Chipotle. You know, you select your ingredients.
Did they do it or did you do the ingredient part?
I did. So they had a little piece of paper. They could check off of the available ingredients what they wanted. And then Nick and I were slanging pizzas.
Okay.
And so it's so funny. You know, in my high school and slightly into college years, I worked at McDonald's. And so Nick asked me, he said, hey, do you mind helping me? Whenever he gets too drunk to like finish the barbecue, whatever, I'm the one he always asks. You know, he knows I can cook and I can handle it.
You know how to do stuff.
Right. So he asked me beforehand, like, hey, can you help me? Yeah, I said, sure. So I show up. He goes, how do you want to do this? I said, I'm going to assemble. You are going to bake and cut. He's like, all right, done. And so that's what we did. He'd hand me the tickets. I'd assemble the pizza. I'd get it to him. He'd cook it, pull it out, cut it, serve it, all that good stuff. And that part of it worked, you know, not too bad. Of course, we were drinking the whole time. So
as you should be.
Mistakes were made. Things happened. The very first pizza, we didn't have enough flour on the little pizza spatula thingy. And it just stuck like crazy.
Oh, man.
That thing turned into a fucking pizza donut. It was comical. It was funny. Somebody didn't put sauce. They didn't mark sauce on their pizza. So they didn't get sauce. And they came back and were like, hey, where's my sauce? Like, you didn't mark, here's your ticket. You didn't mark sauce. Oh, I thought pizza just came with sauce. Like, we had sauce options. So you had to mark which one you wanted or both.
Boy.
And then I went, hey, was it free? Oh, that's right. Shut the fuck up.
Did you really say that?
I didn't say shit. Actually, Nick took care of it for me. It was one of their like family friends. And I was like, what? And she goes, there's no sauce on here. And I was like, you didn't mark it. I held the ticket. She goes, well, I just thought it came with it. I was like, you mean your free pizza you're complaining about? And Nick goes, and Nick started giving her even more shit. It was like,
no way.
Hey, we're just following the card. I have people here that are allergic to tomatoes. So to me, no sauce is not a big surprise.
Right.
And she's like, well, who wouldn't want sauce? And he's like, people that are allergic to tomatoes don't want sauce. The rest of the day, this person walked around like, hey, make sure you mark down sauce on your cards.
Oh, don't be a prick.
Oh, I was so annoyed. I was like, next time I'll fucking take a shit on your pizza.
Hell yeah, you should have.
I wish you would have ordered another one because I would have fucked with it and given her no sauce.
Special.
Yeah. What's this white sauce? I didn't know that was an option.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. You want a chocolate covered candy bar or whatever on your pizza? Anyways, so that was annoying. But the rest was fun. I enjoyed, like, we made 42 pizzas. I know this because they rolled all the dough out the night before and counted it. And the rest of it was actually fun. Nick got a little hydrated towards the end, so I just took over everything. It was like making them, throwing them in, and then throwing them on the cutting board. Hey, I'd hit him like, hey, cut the pizza. Oh, all right.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's good times. So, but it was fun. It was fun making pizzas. It reminded me of my McDonald's days of just, there's something satisfying about having to focus on one task for hours at a time, and you can't think about like real world problems because you're busy.
Especially when you're like, it's like a fast paced kind of thing. Like you're like, all right, like we got this, we got to get this together, get this person their pizza, like bing, bang, boom.
Right, exactly. And the tickets were piling up because he forgot to preheat the oven. So we started off a little behind. Yeah, I know.
None of this is surprising at all.
No, it shouldn't be. Yeah, no, none of it is. But it was like, we're a little behind now. You didn't preheat the oven. So we got behind. So it was, it was a mad dash for like 3 or 4 hours straight of just no reprieve. And then I think I ended up making pizzas for 6 hours that day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Feels like a weird word to say, but I do enjoy cooking for people. So in that case, it was fun. And like I said, it's nice to think about something else.
Right. And then something like that, like anything, you always try to be the best you could be.
Right.
And do the best you can.
Pizzas.
So you're just trying to, like imagine people walking around this whole party like, man, these pizzas are fucking banging. And you're like, yeah, that's me. Those are my pizzas. That's why they're banging.
Yeah. Who's got 2 thumbs and makes banging pizzas? This guy.
Greg.
So I did get a lot of nice feedback besides the biatch who forgot to mark sauce on her pizza.
You could make up like your own taco or pizza truck, and it could just be like called like Jonesin' for za.
There you go.
Right. Little
Pie
play.
Jones.
Little Pie Jones. I like it.
Yeah. I actually, no joke, I looked into the next morning, I looked into the legalities of like what it would take to do like pop-ups, not so much with a truck, but like, you know, bring a couple ovens out, pop-up tent, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've had somebody do that at the butcher shop once. I don't know if they do a food truck or if it's like a restaurant, but they did a pop-up in the parking lot of the shop, and they had to go back and get more pizza boxes and dough. They were selling so many pizzas. It was pretty insane.
Yeah, Naughty Pine does that. Whenever it's trivia night, she has this group come in and do pizzas, like pop-up pizzas. And I was like, I wonder what are the legalities and like what permits do I need and what are the startup costs? Like, you know, equipment-wise, startup costs, they're kind of low, like under $2,000. And then, you know, you would need some permits under $1,000. But the hardest thing is you need to partner with a commercial kitchen to like store your food and prep your food. You can't just store and prep it at home if you're doing it legally.
Got it.
And I was like, oh, that's expensive.
Yeah, because then you need your own facility, or you need, like you said, partner with somebody.
Right. And I found some in the area, and it's like $500 a month just to rent out the space.
Oh, wow.
The fridge space and the prep space. And it was like, not a weekend gig I can afford.
Yikes.
So, anyways, maybe one of these days.
Back to door dashing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Uber Eats. Call your Uber Eats. Anyways, what about you? Any research? Do anything fun over there?
So my car's broken right now.
Oh, fun.
So I'm driving. Good. I have really, really nice in-laws. So my father-in-law is letting me cruise around in his Escalade.
Oh, bling bling.
Yes. So
do you feel like a 90s rapper?
I actually just feel like an old man.
Oh, that works too.
It's like, you know, when you see like school bus drivers and they're just like that disgruntled old man, that's how I feel, that minus the disgruntled, because it's not a bus filled with annoying kids. It's like a luxurious automobile,
right? But
it's humongous. And the fact that it's referred to as an SUV completely blows my mind.
It's a land yacht.
It is not. Yes, it is. It's a boat for sure. So I'm trying not to like drive and, you know, drink somewhere and get behind the wheel.
Sure.
But I did get out golfing today.
Oh.
First time of the year.
Like real golfing or
like real golfing on the links. Brought a few Celsius. But it was like a 3.5 hour day. So definitely didn't feel a goddamn thing afterwards. And felt really, you know, safe, obviously, driving the car.
Sure.
But had my best round I've ever shot in the last, you know, last summer picking up golf. So that was very wonderful.
Congrats.
And last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever the beginning of May was, the wife and I celebrated our 12th anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. So we went out, got a nice Italian dinner, brought the kiddos with, because our kids are awesome and they are very obedient and disciplined, and they follow rules, and they're very well behaved. And we thought they would enjoy a nice Italian dinner. And we even took them, the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee that's where like all the baseball teams and basketball teams stay when they come into town.
Okay.
Except Mookie Betts, because he's afraid of ghosts.
Oh, that's right.
But on the 23rd floor of the hotel, they have a cocktail lounge.
Oh, cool.
And we fucking took the kids there too. So I don't know.
They let them in, huh?
Oh yeah. They opened at 5 o'clock, and kids were allowed until 8 p.m.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So we went up there. My wife had a mocktail, as she does, and I had a bourbon sour and amber ale after that, and it was a super wonderful night.
Nice.
The kids felt like models and superstars, and did a little photo shoot because it had all these windows overlooking Lake Michigan and downtown Milwaukee. So I thought
cool.
It was really cool.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I think that's about the extent of my research.
I know. We're so old. We're like, we had about 17 Celsius, a cocktail or two, and one beer.
Yeah. But you know what? You can't always be out partying.
It's true. Got to grow up sometime.
Something like that?
Question mark.
To be continued.
Yeah. TBD. All that stuff. You best believe. Have I told you that I have to go to Florida at the end of the month?
Graduation.
Yeah. Some nephew or something's bullshit graduation.
Which is crazy. Flying all the way across the country for a graduation. I'm just throwing it out there.
I cannot understate or underscore enough how much I agree with you. I am so not on board.
I have a debacle myself that I would like to throw out your way.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say one thing about Florida. I'm going to be trash the whole time. I'm going to drink so much beer. That's all I was going to say.
Just
Please debacle me.
Don't forget your grenades. Because I hear
gators and grenades.
Yeah, you don't even have to check them on the plane.
Do I need to make a shirt for this?
You just say you're going to Florida and they just ask for your grenades.
Right. It's like going through customs.
Right.
Your grenade and your grenade.
Grenades, please. So my cousin up in Minneapolis is getting married.
Okay.
And this was alerted like, I don't know, 3-4 months ago. Said, oh, come up to Minneapolis for my wedding. Okay, that sounds great. Turns out that the groom has stage fright. So he doesn't want anybody at the ceremony. So they're going to have a very quaint, immediate family ceremony because he doesn't want people looking at him. And
is he agoraphobic? Like, is this a medical thing or?
I don't think so. Like I've hung out with this guy before and had a couple beers with him, and he's like fun, super down to earth, likes drinking beer, working out. Like he's like a normal dude.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of bizarre. And then they're not even having like a real reception. They're I know it's really weird. It's like a public market in downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
Everybody's getting like a food card. They get to pick a restaurant in the market to get a meal at.
Weird.
And this reception-ish is it's only like 3 or 4 hours long. It's like 5 to 9 and you got to be up by 9.
So you're not going for the wedding, you're going for the sort of reception.
Well, so now my question is, do I drive 5 hours to go to this for 4 hours? And
you said this is a cousin?
Yeah.
How close of a cousin?
Really cool cousin.
Because like I have cousins that are like siblings. We grew up together. And then I have cousins who like I've never even met before.
I mean, I grew up together. Like definitely hung out. I would spend nights at like during the summer, and she took me to my first concert. I went and saw Bob Dylan with her. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
I love Dylan. How do you not like Dylan?
Oh, I can't stand him.
Oh, you're crazy. Took me to my first hockey game. You know, she worked for the Admirals. You know,
the ads. Dan's favorite.
Hopefully now they're playing for the Calder Cup as this has been recorded. I don't know. Dan,
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's like the AHL championship.
Oh, okay.
It's not the Stanley Cup. It's the Calder Cup.
Calder?
Sure.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
I don't know if it's CA, CU, CAU. Calder Cup, they call it. I don't know.
I'm trying to look it up.
But yeah, so I'm.
Oh, Calder, Calder, Calder Cup.
Okay, there you go.
Fuck if I know.
So I was thinking, if I don't just go for the wedding, ironically enough, the Brewers are playing the Twins that weekend.
All right.
In Minnesota. So do I selfishly take the weekend to myself to explore Minnesota and catch a Brewers game and then belittle myself to a little 3-hour reception-ish? I don't know. What do I do?
How far of a drive we talking?
From Milwaukee to...
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
It's in Minneapolis. It's like 5.5 hours.
Ooh, and you're driving.
Yeah.
Ooh, Greggy no likey.
Yeah.
I don't do any 5-hour drives that I don't have to do. I fly or just tell them to fuck off. That being said, if the driving is not a problem to you, I would go and make it more of a, me weekend and like, oh yeah, I did your weird fucking reception thing, but I also went to the Brewers game.
I was thinking there's great beer in Minnesota, right? So you could catch some great
breweries.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, just kind of make it like a weekend getaway instead of a wedding.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a weird one because there's great beer up there.
And of course, my wife has zero interest to go because she thought it was a strange concept.
Sure. She's not wrong in that part.
To put it nicely.
Yeah.
And then I don't think, it's like a kid's invitation thing. So then the kids wouldn't go. Some weddings are like that or reception-ish.
Yeah. I mean, my wedding was no kids. Just because we had a limit on how many people could be there.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon. So then it's just kind of like, do I go myself? I don't know. Obviously I have some family going.
Right. You know.
So
people
it's not
there.
like it's just me, but
Huh.
yeah.
Would people go with you to the game and breweries and that
I
kind of
did
stuff?
talk to my older brother today about going to the game, and he said he would cancel all of his plans and go to the game.
All right. In that case, I think I'd do it.
So I think I might do it.
Yeah. And you won't be in trouble with the wife for doing it, right?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, not more than usual.
Right. As long
Yeah.
I feel like if I explain like idea behind it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just like a weekend away. I don't get those. Right. So
Chance to see your family.
yeah. Yeah.
Just work that in. It makes it sound better.
That'd be about as believable as you telling your wife that you wanted to go see your family.
It's like one or two people I might want to see.
All right. I guess that's how I feel too.
Yeah. Now, if my wife was like, hey, I want to get away from
her family.
if she were to go, hey, I want to get away for the weekend to see my family, and you don't, in fact, I don't even want you to come, I'd be like, okay.
Okay. Yep. That I knew.
Yeah. Be my guest.
For sure.
I'll pay for it. Just me and Marty getting drunk on the couch, eating steaks all day.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. Back in the day when the wife would leave, Marty and I would have a steak and beer night. And I'd always make a little piece of steak that wasn't seasoned and give him just a little splash of my IPA because he loves IPAs.
No way.
Yeah.
What a good dog.
He's a good boy.
You're a good dog.
He's the bestest boy. I forgot earlier, so before we find out what you're drinking over there, shout out to our top listening city of the week, and that's Cupertino, California.
Hey, Apple Country.
That's right, my favorite. What up, Apple?
I hope people know that we're not talking about like growing apples.
Right. Because that's Oregon. Who are we kidding?
Not Washington.
Or Washington. One of those not California above us.
Washington's big apple country.
Yeah, it's the one of the above us states.
Yeah.
Washington or Oregon.
Colder ones.
Yeah, exactly. So
how does that work?
It gets cold up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, even NorCal. Like I gotta go to San Francisco this week, and it's gonna be chilies.
What's chilies?
Like highs of like high 50s.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah,
It's chilies. It's not freezing, but it's chilies. And
yeah,
then
I'll give it to you.
in San Francisco, but at night it'll be in the 30s and 40s, like high 30s, mid 40s.
That's cold. Yeah.
I gotta bring a pair of jeans with me, that kind of thing.
I'll let it slide. Yeah, I get.
I'd always,
You
no matter
have a
what.
Wisconsinite's approval.
You know me, I always prefer shorts and a hoodie.
Cargo shorts and hoodie.
I don't own cargo shorts anymore.
I'm so proud of you.
When I went to Vegas a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, I wonder if I still have some so I can get a picture with like cans hanging out of them. They weren't there. I think I had confirmed this before, but I have now double confirmed.
You're officially grown up. I'm proud of you.
I guess I wasn't expecting to go to Vegas. Now I got to get some more for our next Vegas trip.
No, you don't.
How am I going to hold my wabs? Am I gonna get a fanny pack or something?
Yeah, they're in.
Oh, you know what I have seen on the gram a lot is those WWE Championship belt fanny packs.
Yeah, I got one for my brother.
That's right. I should get one of those for Vegas.
Do it.
Champs walking around handing out fucking
And then
beers.
charge people to take pictures with you.
Yeah, $5 and I'll whip my shower not grower or grower not shower. That was an earlier conversation that I shouldn't talk about the show. $5 and I'll give you a beer and take a picture with the champ.
Or you got to be naked and just have the belt cooler over your dong.
Oh, very Shawn Michaels.
Very
Playgirl. Playgirl Shawn Michaels. Not that I ever saw that.
Oh, you know, everybody knows.
He's the best wrestler.
Ever. Basically.
Suck it, Ric Flair.
Yeah. But alas, not a wrestling show.
Not. But it is a beer show.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is flex drinking.
Well, I had some circumstances come up this afternoon evening.
Oh.
I was not able to go get some beer as I was lazy. And
so I am drinking a Capri Sun.
Oh, I wish. A little Pacific cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy, take me back.
Craft Juice Box Republic.
That was like, as a kid, that was like the craft juice box.
Capri Sun, yeah.
You get to a friend's house. My mom would never buy them. But
No,
you
same.
get to a friend's house and their mom bought Capri Suns. You was like, how you doing, Mom?
Yeah.
You know,
You just got even hotter.
Oh, yeah. So I'm drinking one of the last beers that I have in my fridge. And it is courtesy of Pilot Tom from in the Russian River Hall. He got me a couple weeks back. It's Temptation.
Oh,
which,
the lowly old beer sitting in your, your fridge.
At least it's a good one, right?
This little thing.
It's a 7.5% wild ale sour, barrel aged sour, and 418 out of 34,000 check-ins. I'd say that's pretty solid, especially for a barrel aged sour.
Yeah, because people are stupid.
Right. So it reads, blonde ale aged in used Chardonnay barrels from local Sonoma County wineries, because you're classy. It is aged for about 9 to 15 months, it says, depending on the age of the barrel, with lots of Brettanomyces, lactobacillus, and pediococcus.
Sour yeast.
Yep. Added to each barrel. Medium bodied with hints of oak and Chardonnay, funky Brett characteristics with a nice long sour finish. Well, let me tell you, just impressed that I know how to say Brettanomyces.
That is hot.
Right? I was hoping you'd like that.
Lactobacillus.
Did I say that one right too?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Lactobacillus.
The last one, there's too many O's and C's and O's and C's and then a U and an S. It was too much for me. I'm the old schnoz here. It is for sure oaky. It's very woody, very oaky, touch of funk, but just a lot of wood. So now we're going to warm up the old tongue jobber and get some wood in my mouth.
Oh, I had a bone in my throat and you've got wood in your mouth.
It's a big show.
Where's Deb when you need her?
Good night, everybody. So this is wildly effervescent. I love the Chardonnay flavor that it picks up from the barrels. The aroma is overly woody, in my opinion. The palate does not follow suit.
Oh, good.
It is like the perfect amount of oakiness. You get a little bit of that wine flavor, that Chardonnay, which I love me some white wines. I do, over reds.
Boo.
And I know the finish on this is so dry. It is almost like you are drinking a wine. It is wonderful. Not overly sour. I wouldn't say the long sour finish on this. I would say it's like perfectly sour, perfectly tart. Very well crafted beer. Nobody's surprised because Russian River.
Yeah.
Everything I've had. I forgot to tell you, I've had that Mine Circus or their hazy.
Yeah.
Wonderful, delicious beer.
Wunderbar.
Super, super solid. Everything that they usually have too that I've had is very aromatic.
Yes.
They do a really good job. I don't know what they do to do it, but.
And I have been screaming and crying for years. I will take their sour program over their hoppy program. All you fucking Pliny fucks can fuck right off.
Yeah, you've said that multiple times. I'm still going to drink the IPAs. Sorry.
They're still delicious.
But these sours, man, they're no joke.
No, they don't fuck around.
And this is, 7.5%. It's flavorful and it's going to get you to where you want to go.
Exactly.
So, I'll take it, man. Cheers.
Yeah, love it. It's been forever. I have had that one. It's been a million years, but from what I remember, it was delicious.
Yeah. So another shout out to Pilot Tom. Thanks, Pilot Tom.
Pilot Tom from Ground Control.
Yeah. Stand-up guy. Really is.
Also not a murderer.
Yeah. Nicest guy I've ever met. Honest to goodness.
I know. So is not Murderer John. He's such a nice guy.
If I
They're eventually going to turn on us, right?
If I fell down on the ground and scraped my knee in front of Pilot Tom, he would rip skin off of his body just to give to me to put over my scrape. Like, I'm telling you, that is how fucking nice this guy is. Like,
it's actually a little creepy.
Well, my
Here, take my skin. I'll feel better.
That wasn't, like a quote from him. That was just, like a really weird example on my part.
I don't know. One of you is creepy.
Guilty.
All right, we better do some news before this gets worse. The 2025 World Beer Cup happened, and there are winners, and I am not going to fucking read them all. but I figured I'd read the most popular categories by number of entries.
Okay.
First of all, there was over 8,300 entries in total.
That's more than 8,200.
You are correct. Good math. With 265 judges hailing from over 37 countries, only 349 beers in total took home prizes, less than 5% of the total pool. So here are the most popular categories.
Could you imagine drinking 8,300 beers?
Yes, I can.
Good answer.
Oh, what a glorious way to go.
Can we, before we go into this list, do you think they have multiple panels of judges? Do you
I would
think
have to assume
this goes on for weeks upon end on the tastings? I would like to know more details about this.
I know someone, in fact, I know a couple people who have done judging for GABF.
Okay.
And what you do is, at least with GABF, you mark down the categories that you're willing to judge for, that you're unwilling to judge for, and that you prefer.
Okay.
And so like this person that I'm thinking of specifically, she hates smoky beers, but is really good at picking out all the flavors. So she will judge the smoky beers and the Rausch beers.
No kidding.
She hates them, but she judges them according to style and picks out like every single thing and is so good at it. But, then she'll have like one other, category or something.
Okay.
So you'll have like one or two a day, one or two categories. And you get little pours. And she goes, look, we can't drink them all because if you aren't spitting, you're getting fucked up because, if you're doing like the hazy IPA category, they're serving you, like 30 beers or whatever.
Right.
30 samples.
That's what I was curious. Like how many people have to be on these panels?
Yeah, a lot. So there's a lot of crossover between panels and, a few days and that kind of thing. And lots of spitting involved as well for, those kind of people. So I don't know. I imagine this is similar.
Bucket.
Yeah. I imagine this is similar to GABF in the way they do it.
Okay.
So best juicy
sounds like a rapper name.
Right. Yo, I'm best juicy. Best juicy or hazy IPA. Bronze, Riverside NEIPA from Gugman Haas Brewing Company in Indianapolis.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, what's up, Zach? Silver went to How to Make Friends, Hanakoa Brewing Company from Honolulu. And gold went to one of my favorites, Shifted Visions from Everywhere Brewing in Orange County, California. Such a good brewery. Best West Coast style IPA. Bronze went to Terraform, Wayward Lane Brewing out of New York. Silver went to Chasmic Absorption through Whirlpools of Disarray. That's the name of the beer. From Ghost Town Brewing in Oakland, California. And gold went to Mosaic Takedown from Pint House Brewing in Austin, Texas. We did not make it to Pint House when we were out there.
That's like the they do that electric jellyfish. And,
yeah. Best American style IPA. Bronze went to Breakside IPA, Breakside Brewery and Tap Room in Milwaukee.
Ooh.
Oregon.
Damn it.
I didn't know there was a Milwaukee in Oregon.
I didn't either. I also didn't recognize that brewery name. So the whole Milwaukee thing was kind of a shock.
Silver went to Party Crusher from Beechwood Brewing in Huntington Beach, California. And gold went to Super Slap from Brewery X in Anaheim, California.
Oh, cool. Brewery X.
Yeah. Best German style pills. Bronze, Planks Midwest, or you'd think I could pronounce this one. Planks from Made West Brewing in Ventura, California.
Well, you're talking to me, the Midwest King.
That's true.
I get it.
Silver went to Kanabik Pilsner from Snake Lake Brewing in Canada. And gold went to Haha Pills from Arbiter Brewing in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Arbiter? Sure. And then finally, best hoppy lagers. Bronze went to Crispy Kiwi from Farfield Beer Co. in Lawndale, California. Silver went to Super Smash from Unsung Brewing Company in Tustin, California. And gold went to Cold IPA from Frem Family Brewers in Hood River, Oregon. And Breakside Brewery from Milwaukee, Oregon, took home the most medals at the competition.
Interesting. I wonder if Erica knew about Milwaukee, Oregon.
You know, it's funny. I've heard of Breakside. I didn't know of Milwaukee, Oregon, though.
Be really fun to go there.
We should. Like, you're the fake Milwaukee bitch.
I wasn't thinking that.
Oh, sorry. More of a peaceful trip?
Yeah, like,
Oh.
hey, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You're from Milwaukee, Oregon. And then just leave it at that.
Sup, what's up?
Show people your ID. Just be like, look, this is where I'm from.
Milwaukee, sup?
What's up? And
I
then
got real aggressive.
Go on to the next person.
Yeah. Hey, you from Milwaukee? I'm from Milwaukee.
Same.
Sup?
Same. Oh, not here, though.
You fucking lose. Oh, wait. I'm so aggressive.
Yeah, why? You are very aggressive.
I know, I'm angry. I haven't eaten yet. 18-year-old Evansville driver was arrested after allegedly crashing into a house while driving drunk. That's a big thing to crash into.
Shouldn't be doing that.
No. A neighbor told police that a pickup truck had struck a home and was partially inside the residence. The police report states that the responding officer saw the truck had left the roadway and crashed into the southwest corner of the house. The truck's airbags had deployed. The truck had heavy front end damage. No shit. The walls of the house also sustained heavy damage. No shit.
No shit, yeah.
The officer noted in the police report that they could see into the basement from the outside of the home. The driver of the truck, 18-year-old Evansville man, reportedly failed all field sobriety tests given by the officer and registered a BAC of not that impressive.
I'm going to say 0.16.
Close-ish. 0.194.
Yeah, okay. I was pretty
Like,
close.
to be so drunk to run into a house, I feel like you got to be at least 3 times.
I'm just over here wondering why they had to specify the southwest corner of the house.
It's very, very important.
Like,
I don't know why.
Imagine the officer assessing the situation, and before he even, goes out to figure out who did this and, if they're okay. And he's sitting there. All right, I'm standing here. That's north. So it's all right. So then he gets on his radio. He's like, I just reported this house. This truck crashed into the, wait a second. That's north. The southwest corner. Yeah, they hit the southwest corner of the house. What's the importance of that?
I just imagine him getting his compass out on his iPhone, and just like my compass, the 3 times I've used it, it's like, please calibrate by shaking your compass. You got to like move it around first. And he's like, the north,
shake it like this.
Fuck.
You look gay. Just
the southwest corner. According to the police report, the driver reportedly told police he was driving about 40 miles per hour. Bullshit. Northbound on North Heidelberg Avenue. He allegedly told police he was arguing with his girlfriend on the phone prior to the crash. He said he was unsure of where he was going due to the lights. You sound drunk. And was unable to avoid crashing into the house. Police say the man had pain in his lip, and right knee. He was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. The lone occupant of the home told police, this is my favorite part, the whole reason I did this story. The lone occupant of the home told police the crash woke him up and that the driver came to the bedroom window to apologize.
Oh, man, that is awesome.
Gets out of his car. Can you imagine going up to the driver or the bedroom window? Sorry about your house.
So polite, though.
It is very polite.
Decency isn't dead in America.
I guess not. And wherever this happened.
Said Evansville. Is that Indiana?
Sounds about right. Doesn't say. So we'll say yes.
Don't say yes, because what if it's not? Then it's bad.
It's totally Indiana.
Okay.
We'll end it with this one. Rockmart substitute teacher found drunk with drugs and weapon in class.
Oh, I hope it's like an elementary. No, I don't hope that. Take that out. Cut that. Jesus Christ.
Reports said that school resource officer overheard a couple of students tell the school principal that their teacher was drinking in class and falling asleep. Upon investigating the school's SRO, that must be school resource officer. Wow, I can't believe I put that together. Heard the substitute teacher, Jennifer Sonnedecker, talking with slurred words, and she sounded like she had a thick tongue. Never heard that before. And was also unstable on her feet. Officers said that they then noticed a blue plastic bottle partially exposed in one of her bags. When asked about the bottle, Miss Sonnedecker paused for a moment and said that it was vodka.
Wow. Just ran out with it.
Just here it is. Officer Barker asked can we use her first name? Asked Jennifer why she brought the vodka to school. She replied, I'm a drunk.
Holy shit.
Jennifer then told the officers that she drank over half a bottle of vodka that day. She then handed officers 3 prescription bottles containing venlafaxine HCl 150 milligrams, venlafaxine HCl 75 milligrams, and amoxicillin mixed with trazodone hydrochloride. Amoxicillin is
an antibiotic.
And you mix it with trazodone?
I don't know.
Isn't trazodone a tranquilizer?
I would assume so, judging by the prefix of the word, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what you give dogs, like, doggy downers is trazodone.
I don't know. I don't have dogs.
I could be wrong. But anyways, maybe it's trazodol. Whatever. None of which were in their original containers. Polk School police add the search of Jennifer's purse resulted in them finding a bad kitty weapon. I don't know what that is.
A bad kitty weapon?
That's what it says, bad kitty. It makes me think pussy.
What's a pussy weapon?
I don't know. What's a bad kitty weapon?
Like a
Hello Kitty gun?
like a dildo?
I don't know. A bad kitty weapon and a prescription bottle with hydroxyzine. Here we go. The bad kitty is a metal spike weapon that is intended to be used like brass knuckles.
Interesting.
When she arrived at the jail, she bent over and fell forward, hitting the left side of her face on the concrete floor. She is charged with disrupting public school, possession of alcohol on school grounds, possession of a controlled substance, carrying weapons on school grounds, and public drunkenness.
So it sounds like more like the weapon was like for her own protection.
I guess.
Well, like, how women carry mace and whatnot.
Sure.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe it was like a personal protection item.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely the least offending thing they found on her at a school.
Right. And then do you think she admitted she was a drunk because then they couldn't fire her and they would have to offer her help?
Oh, but wouldn't you then admit you're an alcoholic, not a drunk?
Maybe she got her words wrong.
Well, she was drunk and on pills.
Yes, that's
oof.
Yeah, what would be going on in your life that you think you would need to do that?
Well, she's a drunk.
She's a drunk.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Good luck, kids.
This generation, I tell you.
That's true. Anyway.
No good. No
good. Well, with that positive note for all those people that have kids, Flex, let's end things here. I'm going to hit some music. I'm going to say hi to Vanessa.
Didn't we already?
I don't know. Did we?
Yeah. Hi, Vanessa?
Maybe. Anyways. At FlexBeard _ in between at Craft Beer Republic 805-538-beer 2337. Mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. I think that's everything. I hope everyone's staying very well hydrated.
And on that note,
good night, everybody.